Hello and welcome to Season 6, Episode 6 of the Crochet Luna Vlogcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from the San Diego area in Southern California. I hope everyone is well. I hope that you've had a good couple of months. Last time I recorded was March. We were going on spring break. My family and I went camping. That was a lot of fun. It was a little cold, but it was a lot of fun. But anyway, I want to welcome any new subscribers, any returning viewers. I'm happy to be here with you and spend some time with you, sharing all the yardy goodness. I am a crochet-centric blogcast, but I do have some knitting today to share with you. And so I am so happy to be here and to be able to share the latest things that I've been working on. And so, yeah, let's get started. The biggest thing going on in May for me here at the channel is the Dodgy Bag Mail. This is a mail that I co-host with Ali of Little Drops of Wonderful. And I am so happy to be hosting this again. This is, I think, our 5th year doing it. And every year it keeps getting better and better. If you have not made a dodgy bag, a project bag, and you've been itching to try your hand at it, this is the perfect make-along for you. I will link Ali's YouTube channel down below, where you will see the tutorials that she has put together. There's no reason why you can't get going and make your own dodgy bag. We are not asking for perfection. None of us are professional sewists. We just want to use up scraps, use up fabric, dust off the old sewing machine and make some project bags. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So Dodgy Bag Mail will run through, I believe, June 4th or 5th. I'll put the dates down here so that you can see them, but there will also be information down below in the description box where you will see the dates of the Dodgy Bag Mail, the hashtag that we use, and also links to Ali's Ravelry group. That's where she will be hosting that part of the mail. You can post your pictures, your works in progress, your fabric. You can chat along. You can ask questions. A lot of people will be very happy to help you. I will be drawing winners from the Instagram thread. Just use the hashtag Dodgy Bag MAL 23. I'll put that right here. And then I will choose 2 winners and you will get some prizes at the end. Also, I want to let you know that this year, for the first time, we are working on doing a Zoom get-together. Ali and I would like to host a Zoom sometimes towards the end of the mail, and it'll be free for anybody who wants to join and talk about dodgy bags, show off your dodgy bags, or just spend some time with us. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We don't have the date set yet, but once we do, I will let you guys know, and I'm sure Ali will let you guys know. I design a pin every year for Dodgy Bag, for the Dodgy Bag Mail, and I sent some to Ali, so you guys will be able to get some from her. And I also will post some in my Etsy shop. Not too many. So once I run out. I will not be making any more. So yeah, my Etsy shop is linked down below as well, so you can check out that pin and some of the other pins that are in the shop right now. Moving along, I wanted to chat with you about, I guess we could start with some finished objects, because I actually have finished objects to share with you guys, and that is, courtesy of a good friend who gave me access to a Sentro knitting machine. If you guys have not seen a Sentro knitting machine, it's actually a circular knitting machine. Well, why am I trying to describe it? Why don't I just show it to you? So here is the Sentro knitting machine that I used. You guys have seen these all over the place. I know you have. You might have even purchased one. So it's the 40, I think this is the 48 stitch one. And I really have to say that the learning curve is not too bad on this thing. I mean, I played around it for a weekend and I actually have made things with it that I think are really cute and I'm going to enjoy wearing and using. So the best thing I think that I came away with using this knitting machine is that I was able to use, throw on this knitting machine the single skeins of yarn that they're just sitting in my stash that I haven't been able to use. I've never known what to do with them because of either the color or they're just, it was hard to pair them up with other things. And at the beginning of my, crochet journey, when I started crocheting years back, I would go to yarn shops and I would go to yarn festivals and I would buy like one skein here, one skein there because it was pretty. But what you realize is you end up collecting a lot of one-of-a-kind skeins that don't necessarily pair up very well with the rest of the stuff that you have in your stash. So this knitting machine, the Sentro knitting machine, has allowed me to play with some of those, skeins and also take some partial skeins that I had, partial cakes that I have and make something that, I'm now enjoying. So let me show you what I've made. To start, I wanted to say that I actually wanted to focus on things other than hats. I did make some hats, but I actually wanted to see if I could figure out how to make other things that were not, beanies and stuff. And I found that there are some patterns on YouTube that were really fun to make. For example, I made some fingerless gloves. See? And I really like the way these came out. This was a skein of yarn that I have been holding on. I can't even tell you how long I've had this skein of yarn. And I was so happy that I was able to make something with it. So here's my fingerless gloves. They're very comfortable. They fit nicely. Because you fold the fabric over, they're very warm. And the only thing that I did that was not part of the pattern is that I did do a little single crochet border. You can see right there. Around the glove. Just to, give it a little bit more tighter fit right here. And then what I did also is when I seamed it, I wanted the seam to kind of be a decorative edging. So it's not invisible. You can see it. I also, in the thumb hole, went ahead and single crocheted around the thumb hole to tighten it up a little bit. And I think that's all I did. That's all the modifications that I did. So knowing that I could incorporate crochet with these fingerless mittens, I decided to make a second pair. But let me just show these to you again. I'm just really happy with the way they came out. So that's these, which are longer. And then I decided I wanted to play with the length. And I also wanted to see if I could incorporate more crochet along with this knitted project. And like I said, you're just going to make that tube in the Sentro knitting machine, and then you fold it in half and then you seam it up. So let me show you my second pair of fingerless mittens that I made. So these are the second pair. This wasn't even a full skein of yarn. I actually have a hat that I crocheted in this yarn. I picked this yarn up at the Rhinebeck West at the Knitting Tree in LA. And I made a hat that I showed several episodes ago. So I had a little bit left. and I was able to make this really cute pair of mittens. And as you can see, I really try to incorporate more crochet in the border. So I did just a front post, back post, double crochet around. I think I did 2 rounds of it, and then I did a single crochet around as the last round. I did the same thing in the thumb hole, where I did a single crochet around the thumb hole, and I did a single crochet in the edging up here around the mittens. I did want to play around with how I seam these up, and so I went ahead and did a mattress stitch right down here to put them together. I'm just still trying to figure out the best way to seam the panels. So there's a slight difference in the way these are seamed up. As opposed to these ones right here. But that's part of what's really fun about playing with these with the knitting machine, or fun, the fun that I had working this new tool, because I just kept thinking about, well, how do I want to seam it up? How much crochet do I want to incorporate? Can I incorporate crochet into the project so that it works? And I have to tell you, these are one of my favorite pairs of mittens that I have and I've been using. So those are the 2 fingerless gloves that I made. Of course, I was going to make some beanies on the knitting machine. And I have to tell you, I'm pretty happy with the first thing that came off the machine, which was this gray beanie. Completely serviceable. I was very, very, very proud of myself. You can fold the brim, and it's got this cute little pom-pom that I've had this sitting around for months just waiting for the perfect project, and I think this looks really cute together. So this was the first one that I made. This is with acrylic yarn. I believe this is Heartland, and I was so impressed that I was able to get something done the very first try, this is the first thing I did. So I did this, and then I did the gloves, and then I did these other gloves, right? And then I have had a skein of yarn in my stash that years I've had this skein, and I've never known what to do with that because of the way that the colors are. And so I decided to throw it on the knitting machine, and I ended up with this awesome beanie. I really, really love the way that the colors have pulled on this, and it's reversible. So I use some alpaca for the top part of it. And if you fold the brim, I think it looks really, really cute. So that's my second beanie. It's so much fun to play. Once you start making beanies with these machines, once you start cranking yarn, it's like you're just looking around to see what else you can throw on the machine. So this is my hat that I made. So really, in a weekend, this was done all in one weekend. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So, really like the machine. Definitely recommend it. It's definitely not what I'm going to be doing, as a permanent thing, but it's another tool. Like, I'm not just going to make beanies or, fingerless mittens. I'm still going to crochet because that's my jam. But I think it's fun sometimes to take a little detour and try new yarny things. And it's even better when you get something, at least for me, something that you can use at the end of that experimentation. So, one of the reasons I've been really interested in the Sentro Sentro knitting machine. Have I been saying sewing machine? Because if I have, no, it's the Sentro knitting machine. Is that at the school that I work at, we have some students who are making beanies for our local shelters, but they have been using the looms, you know, those round looms, and the kids are wanting to make more beanies, you know, so they can donate more. And I was telling the teacher about, you know, these knitting machines. And so he has zero experience in the yarning world. And he was really interested in it. And I'm glad that my friend was able to lend me this because I'm definitely going to buy one for myself. And then I told him that I would ask my viewers if any of you guys have a Sentro knitting machine that you know you're not going to use, or it's just sitting there gathering dust. I'm just going to put a call out and see if anybody would be interested in donating it so that I can then donate it to the school where I work at. And then these kids could get to cranking some hats for the coming winter months. So I'm just putting it out there. Maybe one or two of you, you know, have tried it and have said it's not for me, and it's just sitting there gathering dust. You know, like I said, I'm going to donate the one that was, you know, that I got access to, and I'll buy one for myself because at least they'll have one to work with. And, but yeah, just, you know, if you have one and you'd like to send it to me, please know that it's going to go, to a school with kids trying to do a good service project for the community. So, that's it. That's all I have for finished objects. And then I want to show you the one whip that I have been working on all this time, and it's making me very happy. And I'm literally like 4 rows, maybe 5 rows for finishing. So let me get that so I can show it to you. This tea is at the perfect temperature. You know, like when your tea is too hot, so you don't drink it and you let it sit and then you forget about it and you come back and it's cold. This tea is at the perfect temperature. I love it. Anyway, I was telling you guys about my whip. Okay, so last time I recorded, I think I showed the yarns that I was using for this. This is for the D20 make along or knit along. I'll put the hashtag right here. And by the way, I'm recording this episode without a note in sight. So I've got stuff all around me. And so I'm sure I've forgotten names, but I'll go ahead and put them here so that you can see what the hashtag is. This is a knit along, run by Mckenzie of M to the third. Huge fan of Mckenzie. She's a lovely, lovely person. And the whole premise of this knit along is to get you to work with, you know, your leftover yarns, your cakes of yarns that you know, just to get you going creatively. And the fun part about it is you use a 20-sided die that tells you on your first roll what yarn you're going to use, and on the second roll how many rows you're going to use. You need to use a minimum of 4 yarns, and I want to show you the yarns that I've picked. So this is what I did is I caked up my yarn and I used these little popsicle sticks and these numbers stickers that she did in this pack. Yeah, this is 6 through 10. And this is my 11 through 16. I hope that you can see that. And then this is my 1 through 5. I don't know if it's focusing on that. And then the last one, my 4th color, is my 16 through 20. So you label all your yarns, like I said, and you throw your die, and then it tells you which of these colors you're going to use. And then the second row will tells you how many rows of it you're going to do. So I chose this pattern, which is the Mythical Zebracorn pattern by Amy Hansen. It looks like this. And let me tell you, so I started this project when I went camping. And I committed the cardinal sin of not reading the pattern before starting. And I was like 15 rows into this pattern when I realized I was not doing it right. Not doing it right. So I frogged it. I had to frog it and start all over. But it was fine. It was fine. It was fine. But yes, I thought I knew what I was doing. And Amy has done such a wonderful job with the pattern that had I just read it through the first time, I would not have had to restart the shawl. So this is my Mythical Zebracorn shawl. So you can see that, you know, it looks pretty amazing. I mean, I'm so happy. I was so happy with the way this has turned out and the sequencing. I mean, I don't know that I would have done the sequencing like this myself, but it's working out. It's working out really well, and I'm so close to being done with it. Here's a close-up of the stitch pattern. This shawl definitely has a right and wrong side. This is the back side of it. And then this is the right side of it. It's got this lovely texture. It's very stretchy. I think with a good block, it's going to be really stunning. And then I am currently working on the border right here. So I haven't crocheted a shawl in a long time, and I am really excited about this one. I really like the way it looks. So yeah, this is my WIP, and I'll be done with it this week. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, you guys, so frustrated with myself because I didn't read the pattern, but very happy with the process. The yarns that I'm using, this is a Chelsea Luxe yarn. Just a lovely, lovely color. This one here is a Christmas colorway from Molly Klein Designs. It came with this yarn, and it came with the stitch marker that I'm using in the project, which I thought was really sweet, which is this one right here. It's like a little globe, little snow globe without like snowflake on it. And it's very appropriate because it still feels like winter around here. I mean, where's the spring? Where? Because it's cold and rainy, and I can't with it. I can't with this weather, you guys. I can't. So I thought that it's perfect stitch marker. Plus, it goes really well with everything, with the whole color scheme of the project. The other color, the other color that I was using, which I didn't get to use a lot of, which I was kind of bummed, is this Spin Cycle. This is the Spin Cycle color. Look, it's got this really pretty like oranges and pinks and purples. So I'll be using that for something else. And then I had this like tealy green color, but I didn't have the ball band, so I'm not sure who the dyer is. All in all, though, I think that these colors play well together, and I'm really happy with that. So that is my current WIP, and once I'm done with that, I'll be moving on to hopefully what I want to talk about next, which is some Patternpalooza. It's been a while since I've done Patternpalooza, and I was really excited to put this together for you guys. I'm feeling the itch to make a top. You know, it's getting, I keep saying this, it's getting warmer, but it really isn't. But it's going to happen, so I have faith in that. And so I wanted to hopefully work on a top and order some cotton yarn, because I have no cotton yarn. Let me put it to you this way. I don't have any sort of quantities of cotton yarn in order that I could use in order to make a garment. So I'm going to have to go yarn shopping for like a cotton or cotton blend, something like that, that will be light and breathable in the hopefully upcoming summer months. But I did find some patterns that I really, really liked. And this is actually a pattern that's been out a while, but the designer, Elizabeth, has revamped it, and she shot new photos, and I love the way it looks in this color. It's his Las Nubes top. I love the way that top looks. It's in this just very beautiful cream color. Look how good it looks with jeans, and look how awesome she looks. Loving, loving, loving this pattern. All the patterns will be linked below. She has become such a prolific designer. Great designs. Again, this is Las Nubes top by Elizabeth of the Crochet Cakes podcast. Then I have this. I've made twice before, and it's the Simply Seamless Crochet Tee pattern by Shannon Creates. I'm going to show you the black and white picture cover that I have here so that you see the name. This is a paid pattern. This is actually the best crochet top I have ever made. I wear it all the time. Here's a color version of that. And you can customize it so that if you want it to be more cropped, you can. If you want it to give it more length, you can. It's a raglan sleeve, so it fits me really well. I really have found that raglan sleeves or the raglan construction in a top works very well with me. So again, this is the Simply Seamless Crochet Tee by Shannon Creates. And it's always good to go look at, if you can access Ravelry, it's always good to go on these pattern pages so that you can see what it looks like on different bodies. I believe that most of these are very size inclusive that I'm showing you. Let's see. Here's another one by another amazing crochet designer. This is the Fantastic Florals top by Stephanie Erin. And I want to show you a better picture that I printed. I think that the detail of the sleeves on this top is really, really sweet. This is also a paid pattern. Then I have another top by the lovely Natalie of Detroit Knots. This is a Tango Wrap top. This is also a paid pattern. I'm sorry that the printing is not showing off these makes. But again, I will link these patterns below so that you can go see better pictures and you can get a better idea of what it looks like. Here's the back of it right here. And there's a sample of it. It's like a little wrap top, which I think is really pretty. Then I did find a free pattern of a top that has a very unique construction that I wanted to share. And I think this is, you go to the blog and you get to see the top. But this is called the Bifrost top. Again, I will link these below so that you get a good look at these tops. More pictures right there. It looks like it has a very unique construction, so that's why I picked it. There's also a designer I've never worked with their patterns. This is called the Hira top, and I liked it because it has a little bit of a collar. I don't know if you can see it right there. Okay, so I'm not sure why my camera is not focusing very well, but here is a sampling of some of the different angles on the top. I would just suggest that you check out the Ravelry page so that you can see what it really looks like. This last top I really like. It's called the Ecam top, and it's also a paid pattern. I'm just going to show you the photo of it. I like the V-neck. I like this V-neck. I like the sleeves. I think it's really pretty. It has a really interesting texture. I will show you the front page. I will tell you this top says that it only comes in 3 different sizes. So I don't know how size inclusive or if it's easy to adjust it. But I like the style of this top. I thought it was nice. This is also a paid pattern. So if I can, I don't want to just pull pictures and put them in the video. I don't know if that would be, you know, not the right thing to do. So I'm going to put the links so that you can click on those, and then you can get a better look at the pictures for each of these patterns. I think that it's time to make a top. I've made some crochet tops before, and I realized that making garments is a very tricky thing, especially when you got the boobage and you're a little bit, outside of these like standard sizes. But it's not impossible, and there's enough of a range, I think, that if you're an adventurous beginner, you could definitely make a garment that will fit you and that will bring you some joy and happiness. Because that's what we're here for, right? Just to enjoy our crochet. I wanted to go back and talk a little bit more, since I just shared some patterns, about the pattern that I'll be trying out for the Dodgy Bag Mail. I found the tutorial first on YouTube. The tutorial is free. You can watch it on YouTube. I'll link it below. But I always like to support creative people who put in their time and effort into bringing you these things. And so I bought the written pattern on Etsy. And it is by White Gecko Craft Lounge, and it's called the Lined Bento Bag. And it looks like this. So you use different kinds of fabric to put this little bento bag. And I feel like this would be a good bag for like a sock project. And since I do have plans for a sock project, I thought I would try it out. And I want to show you some of the fabrics that I have that I am thinking about using. Now, the first one is this really cute fabric. I don't know who the designer is. Let me see if I can. Kelly May. I think she does a lot of this kind of work, but here is the fabric. I think it's really cute, and it's got a contrasting fabric that looks like this, and it has some of her, sayings on it. Is it upside down? Yes. No? Oh, it seems to be all different directions, but it's got writing and like positive affirmations and words. I thought that was really cool. And I have this fabric. Now this is from Stash. I've had this one for a while, And this has these really cute unicorns right here. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see. Yeah, right here. The unicorns. And it's got flowers, so it's kind of giving me like summer vibes. I'm really trying to like hold on to some summer vibes because I really don't know how much of this spring we're going to see. But anyway, this is the other fabric. And then I have this fabric that I've been wanting to use for a long time, which is these mermaids and sea creatures and mermen. I think it's really cute. I think this guy's really cute right here. So I think I'll have to find other fabrics to pair up with the main fabrics, which would be this one and this one. So I'm just showing you kind of like the main fabrics that I have. These two pair up, but I will need I think a third fabric to pair up with this one in order to make the bag, because the pattern has, I think it's three types of fabric that you use to make the bento bag. But when you look at the tutorial, it doesn't really look that difficult. There's also another bag that I'm thinking about doing for Dodgy Bag Mail, but it is a bag pattern that I've used in the past. If I decide to go with that one, I'll share that one. And I'm definitely going to post some pictures to Instagram this weekend and on the Ravelry group that Allie has going. But I'm really looking forward to participating in a Dodgy Bag Mail this year. And I hope that you guys will as well. Before I sign off, I just wanted to give you a quick update on Fiber and Faux. This is my long-term ongoing project that I've been working on, and I'm really excited to be sharing some of the progress in the project that's been happening behind the scenes. And one of those things is that all the illustrations for the project are completed, and I have one that I wanted to share with you guys. The illustrator for the project is an amazing illustrator. Her name is Ashley Osayande, and she has worked with me to develop the look of the characters, and she's been infinitely patient with me, and so I really appreciate her work and her talent. And I wanted to share the illustration of the main character. Her name is Luz del Cielo, which translates to light of the sky. So I did post a little sneak peek of this on my Instagram grid. Don't know if you guys got the full illustration, but this is our heroine, Luz del Cielo. And as you can see, she is holding a majestic crochet hook. She is exactly what I pictured her to be. And I am really, really excited for this project to come to a close so I can share it with you. Here is a working copy of what the cover will look like. I'm really excited to share more in the coming months. I wanted to point out that this is the shawl pattern. This is the shawl that Luz wears, and this is the pattern that I have been working on designing, and I wanted to share with you the yarn. This is the yarn. It is by Seismic Yarn. It is sparkly. It's got gold stellina in it. It's this amazing color of purple. And I couldn't be happier to be working with this yarn. And Eva has been amazing, along with all the other designers, yarn dyers, that have partnered up with me and collaborated with me on this project. So there's a sneak peek at the yarn with the gold stellina. It's beautiful. And then, yeah. This is an update on Fiber and Foe. So excited, so excited. So many good things coming. So much hard work from so many people. And I hope that you guys will like it when it's all said and done. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I know I threw a lot at you. Hopefully I can record sooner. I will have details about a shop update I'm working on. And I wish you the best for the coming month. This is May. And, you know, if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere, hopefully some warmer months are coming and some warmer weather. And we'll keep on crocheting. Be good to yourselves. And I will see you next time. Bye.